It's live with Regis and Kelly.
Yeah, no, she's going right there. You see, it's right at the bottom of what is it?
Almond Beach?
Almond Beach Resort in Barbados.
Congratulations, you and the guests will enjoy Almond Resorts in Barbados. Almond Resorts Barbados offers the intimate club and spa or the larger village, both with gourmet dining, water sports, and
This is the Almond Beach Village, a massive 400-room resort which ultimately closed for good in 2018. Since then, it has weathered hurricanes, politics, and financial hardships. Join me today as I venture in to find out what was left behind, piece together the history behind this beloved resort, and take a stark before and after look. This property occupied a plot of land on the western shores of Barbados, on what used to be a sugar mill. An opening date was hard to pinpoint, but my best guess was around the mid-1980s. Through this time, it was operated as the Wyndham Haywood Resort. By 1993, Almond Hotels purchased the 32-acre property and rebranded it to the Almond Beach Village. The decay isn't even that bad, necessarily. It's just the jungle has completely consumed this property. Look at this. This was the last remnant of the sugar mill, and really the only reminder of what this land used to be. When the resort was open, this structure was a popular spot to get married in. Wow. Man, it is hard to believe this is a road. You can see the curbs around it. But the cement is being completely overgrown here. You know, I guess not all of these are empty. Look at this phone book. It's kind of crazy that the curtains are still drawn in here. I guess this is just a storage place. If I'm honest, this doesn't bode well for how clean everything was, since this was the back of their air conditioner unit. Kind of nasty. I kind of feel the community vibe this place gives off. It's very homey in a way. It's this lush tropical destination, but all these rooms, they back out onto a courtyard, and some have these nice awnings for their balconies. It's really nice. So after Almond took possession on the property, the hotel grew in popularity and in size. The resort expanded its footprints and truly built out a massive 390 plus room, all-inclusive family resort. It was so big, in fact, that this vast complex was split off into sections, the northernmost being adults only, with the southern buildings sectioned off for families. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Its size was difficult to keep up with, and after years of harsh weather and skimpy maintenance, the property began losing money. There was a time in 2009 when new construction was slated for the site, but following the global financial crisis, those ideas were put off to the side. With no new refurbishments, guests were complaining of a dated and dirty hotel. Occupancy began to drop, and by 2012, the resort had closed. This is like the main concourse, the main plaza for the resort. This flooring, it looks like that was a water fountain. Looks like two of them flanking. But now, it looks like they cut off all these posts, which probably were the awnings for this. But look at the detail here. The themed flooring. This door has been baked by the sun and probably battered by countless storms. This was the main entrance. This was where you would drive up. That's cool. Looks like right here, there was a marble placard. Village St. Pete opened on February 1995. This is cool. The glass here is still intact. Look at that. We love to see that. It was a retail shop. Look at the hangers here. Man, oh man, look at this. Oh, look at the sign over here. Yeah, it looks like this was all retail. Wonder if these were vases or something, pottery. Some kind on display here. Because this was an art gallery with quite possibly the worst font I have ever seen.
By 2014, however, the Almond Beach Village, which was now renamed the Almond Beach Resort, was reopened following a new investment of $3 million. This meant some areas like the pools and restaurants had a fresh new look to them. But the property was not entirely the same. Only the southern portion of the complex would reopen, just 135 rooms in total. The rest would remain shuttered and effectively abandoned. Satellite images from this time show the state of the resort with one side open and maintained, with the other side rotting away. That side was where the sugar mill structure was that we saw earlier in the video, and that explains why the overgrowth there was so vast.
Island Safari, Barbados. Oh, what in the world? Huh. Wow. So the lobby has now been packed to the brim. Only reason these are probably sprouting as much as they are is because the bottom of the mattresses are holding in all the moisture. Funny enough, the acoustics in this room are great. You know, I'm really not sure what the plan was here, to be honest, because if they had stored these in a relatively open air lobby, I mean, this fell apart rather quickly, and these are a mess now.
For years, the Almond Beach Resort continued to operate on Barbados as a popular family all-inclusive hotel. It continued to operate as normal, but still having to deal with guest reviews of a property in need of some maintenance. Regardless, thousands of families would make memories here, and the property would show up periodically in the media, notably in early 2016 with the filming of the 10th episode of Series 1 of the Grand Tour, where they failed to make an underwater reef out of cars. It was all taking place on the beach of the Almond. Still though, the resort was in a weird spot, and on a prime piece of land that was half abandoned. This reopening was essentially a temporary fix, and something major would have to be done to the property. Ultimately, Sandals Resorts International would acquire the property for an undisclosed amount with the intention to demolish everything and build a $450 million beaches hotel. This was announced in the summer of 2017, and in May 2018, the Almond Beach Resort had closed for the final time.
The shops was its own pavilion over here. And then there's this huge courtyard with one of the room buildings right here. Looks like this was a themed bar at the bottom here. Look at the foliage breaking through on this. That is wild. And all these documents here. It's a satellite image of a hurricane in there. I'm sure that was important at some point. Memos 2000. October 3rd, 2002. This was the pool. It looks like it's been filled in. It must have been. All of the greenery here right now was the pool area. It would have snaked around. Like this was all water. Yeah, that was a waterfall for the pool. Yeah, this is a bridge that would have went over the water. It's completely torn up. This was the kids club area. Actually, seems like it's in pretty decent condition in terms of the paint, at least. Huh. This is like a games room. Oh yeah, what is that, a foosball table or a pool table? Oh god, this is... Well, isn't that extremely depressing? Oh, it's an air hockey table. Wow, oh my god. An air hockey table with the puck still there, still on it, slowly disintegrating. ESPN branded too. Just off the tennis courts here is the tower. It's huge. This is an outdoor restaurant, potentially buffet style too. This looks like another buffet area. These vibrant tiles that are in great condition too.
Construction on the beaches resort got going almost immediately, but then very shortly after, abruptly stopped. Some minor land clearing took place and a few small structures were demolished, along with all of the pools being filled in. Other than that, construction seemed to have been entirely non-existent, and the new hotel's opening date of 2020 seemed more and more improbable. Since that point, the project has seen no work done, and the existing Almond Resort has continued to sit abandoned with no new developments. The fall of the Almond Resort was not only devastating for those who loved visiting it, but it also eliminated hundreds of full-time jobs. Its prime location on the beach has also accelerated its decay. Walking around this property was like venturing through a jungle in parts, with buildings that seem like they have been unused for decades rather than just 5 years. Its stark decline can be best illustrated if you go and look at 360 views on Google Maps. When you compare it to now, it's just incredibly unbelievable. With very few updates coming in and really no concrete timeline, it seems as though the Almond will remain this way for the foreseeable future. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through the Almond, and if you have any memories from this incredible resort, please share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing to this channel. My name is Jake, and thank you very much for watching.